Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about one simple thing that will make your paint jobs more durable. So there are a lot of different finishes out there. There are a lot of different ways to apply finishes, tons of options, and they're not all the same, all right? They're not all built equal. Some types of finishes are way more durable than others. And our real quick kind of foundational principle here is you've got finishes that dry and finishes that cure. Now, curing finishes tend to be harder than drying finishes. They aren't always, but they tend to be. And curing essentially means that you can't come back in later with whatever solvent was used initially to reduce them and reduce them. A curing finish changes chemically so that it's not the same thing anymore, as opposed to, say, a lacquer, which dries, and you can take a lacquer finish, melt it with lacquer thinner later, and turn it back into lacquer. So as a general principle, yeah, those curing finishes are going to be harder and more durable. They're what's used on automotive applications and, various other industrial style stuff. And there's more than one way to do a curing finish. Some are UV cured, a few are heat cured, but mostly they're just chemically cured. Which brings me to the one quick thing you can do to make your paint jobs harder and more durable. You can use a catalyzed clear coat. So I've got some examples of catalyzed finishes here. These are all two-part with the option for a third part being reducer. So you're gonna have your main component, which is in a larger container, and then in a 4-to-1 mix or a 2-to-1 mix generally, you will mix it with a hardener or catalyst. There are tons of different ones out there. These ones that you see here are designed for automotive purposes, but they can be used for pretty much anything. There are also catalyzed finishes in spray cans available, which you've seen me use before, the Spray Max 2K, where it's a can within a can and you have to break that first one, shake it up, and make sure that catalyst is mixed in before you spray it. So these catalyzed polyurethanes, for example, are going to offer some of the hardest and most durable finishes that you can apply. But there are some drawbacks, and it's important that you know about them. First of all, catalyzed finishes tend to be relatively expensive. These are some of the cheaper options available, but the prices do go up into the hundreds of dollars range for a gallon of this stuff. Second, they are a little bit more difficult to spray than some other things. They do require a paint gun. Generally speaking, you want a decent paint gun to be able to work with these. Not that that's necessarily a prerequisite, but you also need a reasonable nozzle size. I like to use anywhere from generally 1.4 and 1.5, but anywhere between 1.3 and 1.7 seems to work just fine. And most importantly, health reasons. These things are isocyanates, which means they're basically death. I will fully admit that I generally do not take the proper safety precautions when I'm using them. I wear a mask, I wear gloves, and I spray in a big open area, and that is just not enough, really. If you're only spraying them once or twice, then so be it, I guess. That's up to you whether you want to take the risks that I take. Please don't be doing this in a small room. It will mess you up. If you spray it without a respirator, it will mess you up, etc., etc. What you really want to do is cover basically your entire self when you're spraying this stuff. Isocyanates don't necessarily need to be inhaled to cause harm. They can be absorbed through your skin, through various orifices and stuff. Generally speaking, when automotive painters are using these, they put on a bodysuit and they use an air-fed respirator, and they're covered basically head to toe. So if you're able to get like a full face mask, put on a bodysuit, they're fairly inexpensive, wear some gloves and protect yourself, get some cross ventilation, that kind of thing, then you can do this, sometimes. If you're trying to make a career out of it, you might want to be a little more careful than that. For me, yeah, I should be more careful. But anyway, they are a fantastic finish. You just need to make sure you're protecting yourself. So that's it, guys. That is the one quick thing that you can do to make your finishes more durable. You use a catalyzed clear coat. It'll cure, it works quickly, and it'll give you a nice hard finish when all said and done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. As always, don't forget to subscribe. We got some more cool stuff coming out here right away. And thank you for watching. I will see you next time.